Hello guys, welcome back to my video again. So in today's video is going to be a little bit different because I want to talking about my life as a university student living in Lombok. Yeah, cause I'm from Lombok, bro. You know when people hear the word Lombok, most of them immediately think about beaches, beautiful sunset, mountains, wind journey, nature, and amazing tourist destination. And honestly, they are absolutely right, 100%. Lombok really is beautiful, so beautiful. But behind all those beautiful places, there is also the reality of student life. Yep. A life filled with excitement, deadlines, stress, overthinking, responsibilities, and the pressure of figuring out the future. And that is exactly what I want to talk about today. I want to share what it truly feels like to live as a university student here in Lombok. The good moments, the difficult moments, the fun experience, the struggles, and the small things that make this path of life unforgettable. So, yeah, welcome to my life as a student in Lombok. Usually, my day starts early in the morning. Yeah, but honestly, waking up is already one of the hardest parts sometimes, especially when the classes start early and I sleep late because excitement the night before. There are mornings when I feel motivated and productive, but there are also mornings when I just want to stay in bed and ignore everything for a while. But eventually, responsibilities always force me to get up. So I prepare myself for campus, check my schedule, make sure I do not forget anything important, and begin another busy day. One thing I noticed about university life is that children slowly become part of your identity. At first, campus life feels exciting and new, but after some time, it becomes a part of your everyday survival. Wake up, go to class, do assignment, meet friends, stress about deadline, repeat, and honestly, sometimes it feels exhausting. But strangely, those routines also become memories. When I arrive at campus, the atmosphere feels completely different. There are students everywhere. Some look energetic, some look sleepy, some are rushing to class because they woke up late, and some are already stressed even before the first lecture starts. Campus life is honestly chaotic sometimes, but that chaos is also what makes it memorable. One thing I love about campus life is meeting different people every single day. University introduces us to people with different personalities, different dreams, and different struggles. Some students are very confident, some are very quiet, and some are hardworking all the time. And some somehow survive everything at the last minute. And honestly, I think every campus has those kinds of students. classes can also be very unpredictable. Sometimes lectures are really interesting and enjoyable. Sometimes they feel very long and tiring. And there are moments when students pretend to understand everything while secretly being confused inside. I think almost every university student can relate to that feeling. One thing people do not always see is how mentally tiring student life can become. From the outside, students may look relaxed and happy, but behind the scene, many students are constantly thinking about deadlines, assignment, presentation, grades, finance, and the future. There are days when I feel completely overwhelmed. Sometimes several assignments arrive at the same time, and suddenly everything feels stressful. There are nights when I sit in the front of my laptop for the hours trying to finish work while feeling mentally exhausted. And honestly, university life teaches students how to survive pressure. Another difficult thing is overthinking about the future. As a student, we often feel pressure to success quickly. Questions like, what will happen after graduation? Will I get a job? Will I make my family proud? Sometimes stays in my mind for a long time. And honestly, not knowing the answer can feel scary. But maybe that uncertainty is a part of growing up. Even though university life can be stressful, friendship makes everything feel lighter. Honestly, some of the best moments in university come from simple moments with friends, like together after class, complaining with assignment together, eating together at the cafeteria, making jokes during group discussion instead of actually working. The small moments become unforgettable memories. Sometimes, after a stressful day, a random conversation with a friend can completely change my mood. And I think that is something really special about university life. We are struggling in different ways, but somehow we continue supporting each other little by little. Group projects are also one of the funnest part of student life, especially in my class. The project with Mr. Bayu, that's so wow. Sometimes the group discussions are smooth, but sometimes they become completely chaos. There is always that one person who disappears on the presentation day, and somehow every student understands exactly what I mean. What makes my student experience unique is living in Lombok. Even during stressful days, Lombok still has a peaceful atmosphere that can calm my mind. Sometimes, after classes, I just enjoy the view around me, the sky, the fresh air, the sunset, the quiet roads, the sounds of the nature. Simple things like that can make stressful days feel lighter. I think living in Lombok teaches me to appreciate slower and calmer moments. Not everything has to move so fast all the time. Sometimes sitting quietly and enjoying the atmosphere is already enough to recharge mentally. And honestly, I feel grateful for that. University life also changed the way I think about myself. There are moments when I feel confident and motivated, but there are also moments when I compare myself to others and feel insecure. Sometimes I see students who seem smarter, more talented, or more successful, and I start questioning myself. Am I doing enough? Am I good enough? Am I moving too slowly? But slowly, university teach me something important. Everyone has their own journey. Some people grow faster, some people need more time, and that is okay. I think many students secretly feel lost sometimes, but maybe being lost is also part of finding ourselves. University life is not only about academic success, it is also about personal growth, learning how to become stronger emotionally, learning how to manage stress, learning how to continue moving forward even during difficult moments. There are also many funny moments in student life that make everything more memorable. Ah, you know, like when everyone suddenly becomes productive only one night before deadlines, or when where students promise themselves to sleep early, but end up doing excitement until 2 a.m. Or when the whole class panic because nobody understands the lecture, and somehow, despite all the stress, students still find ways to laugh together. I think humor is one of the reasons students survive university life. With a lover, campus life will probably feel much heavier. If university life teach me one thing, it is this. Nobody truly has everything figured out. Many students look confident on the outside while secretly struggling inside. And that is why kindness matters. Sometimes people are fighting battle we cannot see. University life also teaches me resilience. There are moments when I fail, moments when I feel tired, moments when I lost motivation. But every difficult experience slowly teach me how to become stronger. Maybe growth is not always obvious. Sometimes growth simply means continuing to try even when things feel difficult. There is also something about nighttime that makes students think more deeply. During the day, everything feels busy. Classes, assignment, people, responsibilities. But at night, and everything becomes quieter. Sometimes, all the thoughts inside my head become louder. There are nights when I suddenly think about my future for a long time. I wonder where life will take me after university. I wonder whether all this struggle will be worth it one day. And honestly, sometimes I feel afraid of failing. I think many students experience that these kinds of overthinking, especially when life feels uncertain. Sometimes I feel pressure because people expect students to always have clear goals and perfect plans. But the truth is, many of us are still trying to understand ourselves little by little. Maybe that is okay. Another thing I realize that university life can feel lonely sometimes. Even when surrounded by many people, there are moments when students still feel emotionally tired inside. Sometimes we laugh and joke around in public, but secretly carry stress and worries alone. That is why I think students need support from each other. because small encouragement can mean a lot during difficult days. Even simple words like "you're doing well, keep going," or "you're not alone" can make someone feel stronger. One thing I appreciate about being a student is learning how strong people actually are. Every student has their own struggle that others may never fully understand. Some students are struggling financially, some are dealing with family problems, some are fighting self-doubt every day, some are trying and balance responsibility while protecting their mental health. Being a university student is not easy, but maybe the difficult moments are also teaching us resilience little by little. Yeah, that's what my life as a university student in Lombok feels like. It's beautiful sometimes, but stressful sometimes. Yeah, just 50-50. So bye bye.